A long time ago, in Africa, there lived a spider. His name was Anansi. Oh, Anansi was a tricky spider. He was into everything. But one of the things he loved to do in his house was to cook. And this particular night, he is there, well, late afternoon, in his kitchen cooking fried chicken and greens and cornbread and everything that he wanted to cook. He was cooking it that day. One of the things that happened is that his children were around him and they were playing, and he told them, I hate it when people come over to visit. I do not want to share my food with them. Why do we have to do this all the time in Africa? Serve people cola notes, serve them soda, serve them this. I don't want to serve anything to people. But Daddy, his children said, who were playing at his feet, we have to share everything we have with people who come to visit us. That is the rule of Africa. No, 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 I will not do it. And if anyone comes tonight, we do not answer the door. Okay, Daddy, okay. But Anansi did not know that one of his children was playing in another part of the house and did not hear his instructions. So a little while later, there came a knock, knock on the door. And the child in the back flew to the front door and opened it. And Anansi's like, no, don't do that. But then Anansi went and walked over to the door, and he said, oh, Mr. Turtle, how are you doing, Mrs. Turtle? Oh, and turtle children, so nice to see you. What brings you to my house today? Well, Mr. Turtle said, my wife and children, we were out taking a stroll, and we're a little bit too far away from our home. We just thought we would come in for a visit, rest our feet for a little bit. Oh, that would be so nice, Anansi said. But, look at your feet. They are so dirty. You're going to have to go down the cliff, down to that water, and clean off. And then when you come back up, you can share our meal with us. But that's the one rule in our house. We have to have clean feet in my house. Oh, Mr. Turtle said, I'd be so happy to clean up. Yes, go family. And Turtle went down the cliff, and Anansi watched those turtles walking so slowly, going carefully down the steps down to the water. And Anansi said to his children, all right, children, come to the table quick. Let us eat our dinner. The children said, but Papa, we have to wait for Turtle's family. We will not wait for Turtle's family. When they get here, we'll have some food for them, if there's food left. So the children went and sat down, and Anansi sat down, and they began to eat. They put all the food on that table, and the children ate left and right. They ate those chicken wings, they ate the greens, they ate this, they ate that, and the cornbread. But the children also had little plates, and they're putting food in the little plates underneath the table for Turtle's family when they came. Oh, Anansi's stomach was so big, and he was so happy because his stomach was filled with all his good food. But on the table was mostly bones and crumbs. Well, they hear a knock at the door, and Anansi says, children, I'll go get the door. And he walks over, nice and big, and opens that door. Oh, Mr. and Mrs. Turtle, turtle children. Oh, your feet are so much cleaner now. But we went ahead and started the meal because you came so late. Come on, come on. Come and sit down, and we have some chicken bones and some crumbs. Oh, no, 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 Daddy, Daddy, his children said. We have a lot left over. Look, under the table, we saved some food for Turtle's family. Oh, and Turtle's family sat down and ate what Anansi's children had so politely saved for them. And when they finished eating, Turtle said, oh, one good meal deserves another, Anansi. Tomorrow you must come to my house down at the bottom of the lake, and I will serve you shrimp and lobster, eel and leashes. Everything you want from underneath the ocean will be at my table. Oh, wow! Oh, yes, we will be glad to come. We will come for sure. So Turtle's family left, and Anansi could hardly sleep that night. And in the morning, in the afternoon, they were ready to go. It was a little chilly outside, so Anansi had all of his children and himself put on a jacket, and they put on a jacket that had 8 holes in it for each leg. And they put it on. It had lots of pockets too. And they went out and they started swinging through the trees, going down to where Turtle lived. And when they got down to the bottom of the well, they waited. And they could see at the bottom a nice table laid out with all kinds of food, which the shrimp and the lobster, the crawdads. Oh, and Anansi's stomach was just churning and bubbling, and oh, he was so hungry. And they saw Turtle down at the bottom waving, saying, "Come down, come down." And Anansi and his children, they took a step back and they jumped into the water. But they're spiders, and they spider paddled up to the top and swam back to the shore and the children said, Daddy, we can't get down there. We're too light. We don't know how to swim to get down there. We're not turtles. But Anansi said, that's not going to stop us. No, it's not going to stop us. So he looked all around and he found rocks and he started putting them in all of his children's pockets. Children, get some rocks. And they put it in his pocket. They put in pockets everywhere. And now Anansi was on the shore. Okay, children, get back and we're going to swim and dive right down in there. And they jumped and they dived and they went all the way down to the water, to the bottom of the water. And at the water's bottom, they sat each at the chairs at the table for Turtle. And Turtle and his family came around that big table. Oh, and Anansi's stomach was just a-rolling because the food looked and smelled so good. And Turtle said, the one rule in our house, Anansi, is that we cannot wear coats at the table. Oh, coats? No coats at the table, Anansi said. And he took off his coat slowly. His children started to take off their coats, and they took it off of their legs, all 8 legs, and they slowly began to go up. But before they started going up, they grabbed with each leg the shrimp and the lobster and the crab, and they went up with their arms full of things. When they got to the top, they spider paddled to the shore, and the children said, Papa, we lost our coats. And Anansi said, no, children, I lost my manners. I should have served Turtle our complete food when he came to our house yesterday.
Ladies and gentlemen, storyteller.